Hey guys, Loman02. We're going to be playing a black aggressive deck, Suicide Black deck, against player ML Berlin. This hand is not keepable. Kind of want to check the deck list. I haven't played this in forever. 33 lands? Yeah, that's right. This hand's not keepable. Alright, we're keeping this, and we're putting that on top. Luckily, we're on the draw, and we're aggressive. Well, that's not good for us. I think what is going to benefit us the most is if we Inquisition him here, because first strikers are just going to beat this hand. Do have the Shriek Maw to kill anything. This hand looks pretty good. A lot of 2-drops. Beloved Chaplain. Don't care about that. Protection from creatures. Mirror Entity. Henware Militia. Selfless Spirit. Okay. We'll take that. I think we're going to get soundly defeated here. On a mull to 5 on an aggressive deck. It tends not to be good. Probably going to see the Beloved Chaplain, I think. No, the Henware Militia. Well, let's just start casting on our nonsense. Expect that the Vampire Lacerator will die in combat. I think he'll probably... We're going to try to force him to play out his Beloved Chaplain here. Although there is consideration to saving the Shriek Maw for the Mirror Entity. Oh, it's a Bramaz. Well, that was a solid draw, but I'm still going to be able to kill that. He could attack there if he wanted to. Yeah, I'll take my 1 damage. Oh, it's an Urborg. Well, unfortunately, I think we have to pop this thing, and we'll cast this with Evoke, kill the Bramaz. So, keep him from making a bunch of nonsense 1/1s that'll be very good with the Mirror Entity. I don't think we're likely to win this, because we probably want more removal heavy hands, but luckily our board is solid. Solid against mono white decks. Hoping for removal off the top, specifically 1 mana removal. What do we have here? 4-drop. I don't think we saw this before in his hand. Alright, Beloved Chaplain. Yeah, whatever. We knew that was coming. This is going to give all his junk +1/+1, so he can do 5 damage to us, if he wants. Or, correction, 3. Alright, cool. Well, a Ghoul-Draw's Assassin seems quite good. If he does not have removal for this, it's going to be quite solid here, I think. We'll double block the Henware Militia. So we'll put 1 level counter on it, and next turn we have the ability to put an additional +1/+1 counter on it. That's if he cannot outgrow its range on the Thalia's Lieutenant. The Thalia's Lieutenant will be the likely target. We'll probably do it on his turn while he was casting a creature spell. Still open for removal here. The Bloodghast I'm going to leave in hand. One is not... It's not as efficient as Ghoul-Draw's, and it doesn't have the effect I need right now, which is removal. So another 4-drop. Okay, Veterans Armaments. Well, that seems pretty good. Is it each attacking or blocking creature? Okay, it only activates once. Do we want to do that? I think we do. We can't afford to take the damage anymore, so we'll chump here. Alright. Well, this isn't looking good for home team. I can't block with that thing either. I think he's just going to get us. So take 5 this turn at a minimum. He could re-equip the Veteran's Armament, which costs 2 to equip. You may see him do that. He's drawing a lot of land. Probably dead here. Oh, a Mirror Entity. Well, we're going to kill this here. I don't know why that's his level up. It's definitely just the activated ability. We'll kill this thing. He can re-equip, and he probably hits us for close to lethal. You can attach to that. I don't care. Right now, what I'm most worried about is you attaching it to something else. No, he does not. He'll probably attach it to his Beloved Chaplain. And we're hoping to hit removal. We can remove the Mirror Entity from the table. Yeah, it's going to take something special. We're really near a board for this matchup. This is not a deck that's good against this style of deck. Okay, well, he doesn't equip it. Interesting. Take our 5. Ticker 5 like a champ. Down to 4, so Death Shadow would be good here. Well, Are we just dead? I think we are just dead. Yeah, we're likely just dead. Because we can't block with any of this nonsense. Okay. I could attack with that thing, but it doesn't really matter. Okay, go ahead. I mean, you got us. We'll force him to do it. More land. And that's fine with a mirror entity on the table, although I can kill the mirror entity. I think he wanted to activate the mirror entity in response to what I was doing. I guess it doesn't really matter because he's still going to have a 6/6 in the Beloved Chaplain, but I can kill the mirror entity while I simultaneously block this. Let's see what he does here. Interestingly enough, he could also save the mirror entity by making it a 3/3 and then making it a 3/3 again. But he's just going to go for the 6/6. I think it's the more intuitive play, but maybe not right. Maybe you go 3 and then 3. That saves you the entity, and it actually still wins the game. But it's irrelevant. We're still going to lose the game because we're taking 6 damage here from his Beloved Chaplain. Yeah, one more land for the Bone Splitter would have been nice. Then we could have removed the mirror entity. So we'll go to boarding here. We got handily trounced. Luckily, our board is awesome against this style of deck. And that's pretty much all this board does. Take this, this, this. A Virtue's Ruin, yes please. Dystopia, yes please. This, yes please. Massacre, yes please. Okay, now what do we cut? Since we put in 10 of our board cards. Because this deck can never beat White Weenie. It's a horrific matchup for it. I just need to draw more removal. Smallpox doesn't seem that great against him. He's not a big mana deck. This thing can't block, can it? Yeah, but it's a recursive threat. Most of his stuff's going to exile, though. So maybe not. What don't I like? Phyrexian Arena seems actually kind of meh. Disfigure, probably too life-intensive. Unmask, not necessary. Contagion seems good. Carrion Feeder seems okay. Dark Confidant, maybe not. Bitter Blossom seems fine. Duress, meh. Pack Rat seems great. Bile Blight, meh. Gatekeeper seems kind of slow. Seems like he's going to have too much stuff out. Relentless Dead seems fine. That card's never going to do anything. I think we can win this. It's just, it's going to require some solid draws. It's, like I said, it's not a favored matchup whatsoever for us. Buried Alive seems terrible against him. Okay, let's submit this, see how it does. I do think our board plan encompasses a lot of ways to interact with White Weenie, though. Or white and green decks in general. I mean, that's really what black does. It kills creatures, right? Okay, I like Contagion. Oh. I actually am recording this one. I am, actually. Okay, well, we're going to keep this. And I'll post it, man. If I lose, I'll post it. I am not... I don't know. I mean, hopefully no one thinks I'm that kind of player who would not post his losses. I'll post my losses. I mean, it happens. This is a horrific matchup, though. Thus, the 40 million board cards. Although I do like having Contagion in my opener. It's a very strong card against his deck. Alright, 1-drop. Cool. Expedition Envoy. Something I can blow up on your next turn when you cast something at instant speed. I'll play out Mutavault here, and I think I'm going to play out the Pain Seer. The Seer of Pains. I will take the first first 2 damage from this thing, because I do want to get 2 targets with it. If he plays a Thalia out, that stinks. I'll wait till my next turn to get it and tie up one of my mana, and then I'll likely keep up self-inflicted wound, which will lose him some life, and remove one of his pesky creatures. Okay, another threat. Well, that's a good one. Actually, cancel. We're going to wait on that. We're going to see what we get next turn. And here, what we're going to do is this. I'm kind of spewing value, but I really cannot deal with that other card. And I want to get a card off my Pain Seer, so I'll get the card back. So it's kind of a weak use of Contagion. But I'll be able to get rid of his pro-black-red thing. His nonsense over there. And seems okay. Now if he plays out like 40 threats this turn, that's going to be bad. Okay, Soltari Trooper and a Basilisk Collar. I can't deal with artifacts. Cool. Well, I think what I like here is just draining him and getting this thing online. Although it does encompass less damage over time. But I can cast one of the other threats out next turn and still activate the Mutavault, which may be good. I'm going to get one more card off my Pain Seer at least. Still kind of hoping to hit another one of my hate cards. Contagion's a main deck card in this deck. Although maybe it shouldn't be. It is card disadvantage. And I would have much rather hit the Soltari Trooper. If he goes to equip this thing, I'm fine with him gaining 1 life. 1 life does not feel like it's going to make or break me here. Maybe it will. Maybe the Pain Seer will just kill me. Okay, Elite Inquisitor. Removal. Cool, a removal. And it's possible we should have attacked with both there. So, when he goes to block this thing, we'll do that. Protection from zombies, werewolves. So that's protection from a lot of my deck. Okay, an Armaments of the Veteran. Okay. Well, I cannot block here. So I'll take 6. Well, that was a solid draw. Get out of here, you. I guess he could have a trick where I wanted to play this beforehand. Okay. Okay. Obviously not. I think we got him. Onto that. Cool. That's fine by me. It doesn't have haste. So I'll kill this thing. And that'll get whatever that thing does. Doesn't give it haste. Right? I hope not. Or else I just significantly misplayed that, and we just won the game. Unless we draw an 8 drop. Yeah, I'd like this. We do have one 8 drop in the deck, so we could have lost there. And that should be the game. Massacre. That card is so bad against my deck too, though. That's like the downside to it. I just feel like if I have it in my opener, I can play around with it to get where I need to get. All right, one time, Virtue's Ruin. One time, Virtue's Ruin. I guess the card that beats it is the Selfless Spirit. It's a card I could be worried about. But like I said, I like to build boards in a way that it allows the deck that you're playing to beat decks it cannot normally beat. And this deck cannot normally beat an aggressive white deck. It just gets run over by it. Because it's like removal packages 1-for-1. And ideally it wants to be aggressive. I mean, it's a suicide black deck, and it damages itself pretty exhaustively. This deck's really hunting for, just like some 3-color mid-range decks. I think it can tend to get those decks because it removes creatures pretty well. Does not deal with planeswalkers and or artifacts extremely well. So, swords can become problems, but if you can kill the creature that it's going to be equipped to, generally in response to the equipping of whatever the equipment is, then you tend to be able to win. One misplay that game, we did miss an attack with Mutavault. I don't think it was relevant, though. I think if he had a way to beat me from there, he was going to beat me from there. No, she's going to have like a main deck Karma or like Light of Day or something like that. If he has like a Light of Day, I'm just going to lose. I don't think I can deal with that. Well, I guess I have one way of dealing with that, and that's Dystopia. Dystopia could get that, or Discard could get it. Once it's on the board, it's Dystopia or bust against that card. And I have to be able to destroy all of his creatures, because he'll just like sacrifice one at a time. I don't think that card is good enough to really put your board off enough. It would be great against this deck, though. It's pretty bad against most decks. You can see like main deck, like Light of Day and like Honorable Passage and stuff like that. I mean, he obviously does. He had that main deck Zombie Hater, which was like pretty good against us there. I'm actually shocked he didn't block my card advantage engine. I was kind of hoping he would. That's why I made that play. It wasn't lost on me that I wouldn't be able to damage it with Geralf's Messenger. But I think the stronger play was to block the 2/2 that gets me cards. I could be wrong. Maybe he wanted me to get cards so he could outrace me because he figured the cards would do me damage. This is a one-lander, but it has Dystopia. I'm going to keep it because I'm on the draw. And I have 2 pieces of early interaction. And if I ever hit a land, I have a threat, and I have another piece of interaction. And if I hit 3 lands, I don't feel like I can lose. If it's Mother of Runes, it's getting disfigured right away. Okay, well, that's a bad one to kill. Well, that is a land. I really don't want to disfigure this thing. That's a pretty abysmal play. Not Thalia one time. Well, if it's Thalia, I guess I can get it. Cool. I will take the 1 damage here. And we'll disfigure this thing. So I shouldn't have 6 yet. I have a Snuff out. Well, sometimes you have all the luck in the world. I'm going to toss down a threat here. Hope he tosses down a few threats. I have a Sorin's Thirst to re-up on life. He may want to just block this thing, though. I don't know. I mean, he is winning the damage races. I've done a very good job of hurting myself very badly. What do we have here? Okay, well, he declarations that in stone. That's actually okay for me. Oh, I have a threat. Cool. Well, I'll put that into play and then just hang out. If he wants to attack into it, I will block it. He can remove it too. But I have another land, so 33 land deck. Get in there. Alright. Are you going to come in and make a flyer out of it? That's fine by me. And the cool thing is I can still pop my clue. Unless he kills it in response to this. I'm okay with that, though, I think. Path to Exile. Oh, wait. No, I don't want to do that. Oh, it can't tap for mana once it's activated. Oh, I'm so bad. Well, whatever. That's fine. I'll take 1 damage to let him Path to Exile this. And get 1 more land out of my deck. Because I don't want to draw him at this point. I have more than enough lands to do what I need to do. I'm so bad, though. Definitely misannounced that. Because it is a creature at that point, it can no longer tap for the 1 mana. I'm a goofball. Take our 1. We have life on tap. Alright, Asira Avenger. Well, I think what we're going to do here is this. We'll Bile Blight this thing. And just kind of bide our time. I think I probably will take another hit off this thing. Once he runs out of creatures, what do you have, man? A Glorious Anthem. That can die then. I don't want to take 2 off of it this turn. Glorious Anthem is fine by me. And then we'll play this out. You can sack that thing. This is where Glorious Anthem becomes bad. Like I said, if you had more creatures, I don't really care for the Anthem effects. He can have another creature now, but we do have a Vicious Hunger and a Dystopia to kind of answer those kind of things. And he better play 2. Alright, well, he gets land. That's good. But it is a 3/3 at this point, which is problematic for us. Removal is the best off the top, or if he plays a 1/1, that'd be fine with me. Well, okay. So we'll play this out. I think we're going to draw here. And then we will discard. What am I going to discard? Likely the Vicious Hunger. And he can attack in. I will 100% block with my Scrivenger of the Blood. And then I'll play a Phyrexian Obliterator out the following turn, I think. And that's going to be a bear to deal with. I'll block, man, if you want to attack it. I don't really need this thing. And then I have an Obliterator next turn. Seems good enough. You can play another critter out. I'm going to make you sack the critter more than likely because I don't want to ditch more cards. And I think he's very likely to be playing cards on every turn. Now, if he could Gedden us, I guess. All right, a Mardu, a War, a Reaper. Exiling that thing. Cool. Alrighty. Oh, wait. Skittering Scourge. Well, deal with this. This thing is mono huge. And, yeah, I guess I'm going to keep on discarding cards. He can kill the Liliana, but he has to sacrifice 3 permanents if he wants to attack in with both those things. Unless he, like, mises like a champion. And if he doesn't attack in, if he just plays another critter out, then I'm going to drop this Dystopia like a fat back. Will he attack? He could. Yeah, okay. Block the first striker. Alright, you can sacrifice 3 permanents now before you play your card. Okay. So he sacrifices this thing. And the Liliana dies. Does he have another threat to play out? It appears he does. Okay. And Dystopia. Going old school, man. Going old school. I don't need to attack. You can sacrifice your stuff. Okay, they're all little again. Interesting. Okay, well, you got me. Yes, I would. Cool. School of Phage. A Selfless Spirit. Cool. I will block here. I am definitely not the beatdown. I'm the control. That Celestial Flare was a great draw for him, though. Very unfortunate for us. Well, we got to pay the life here. Yep, I would love to play 2 life. Not a draw that we needed. Going back to him. Okay, well, he's going to get in for 3 this turn, and then I'm going to take 3. Does he have a threat? That's kind of the question. Do you have a threat? It would feel very fortunate if you did, but you may. I will take 3 again. Braids Cabal. What a card. Stacks him out if he doesn't have removal. Did you draw removal? No. That's going on the stack first. Sacrifice your creature, then your land. See if we can stack some out. We obviously need to find something too. Alright, he's got land. Do you have a threat? I obviously cannot pay this. It is 4 life. Actually, I probably should have stacked that differently. So I could have sacrificed the Dystopia. Cool. Well, permanent's good. Kind of want removal for his 1/1 drop. Okay, well, he's going to 0 lands. Alright, he's got a removal spell for this thing? Maybe. Okay. No. Okay. Seems good. Can he get there? We already know the Path to Exile's out of his deck. I'm going to get rid of the Wasteland here. That's a good pickup. Can sacrifice the enchantment to this, right? Yeah. Oh, enchantments don't work. So actually my line of logic was off before. So if that thing dies, I'm taking damage. Managed to get there with the stacks finish. I think we're there. I don't think there are answers to this nonsense. Woo! Got there. I'll go to a quick pause, guys. Alright, guys, we're playing another game now with AbzanMidrange. I don't know what ML will be on. And hopefully he can beat up on us. I'm kind of hoping to catch a recording where he beats us. We either get lucky or maybe we play better. I don't know. Yeah, this whole deck's board, that whole deck's board is like based around beating green and white decks. All right, YOLO. Said we wanted to see one where he whoops up on us. This could definitely do that. This is not a good hand, folks. Not a good hand at all. Liliana's strong, though. That's kind of like the hallmark of this hand. Alright, he's on white aggro again. Mother of Runes. Insert X aggressive white creature here. Oh, land tax. I'm cool with that. I'll play my comes into play tapped lands. Cool. Go ahead. I have land. I'm not going to give you land tax, though. Interesting. Well, now I think we're going to break that paradigm and go with a Lotus Cobra, because we can go big mana next turn. And we only have to do this one time. I mean, I can kill, like, what, 2 things next turn? Or, like, Liliana kill one thing. Liliana to kill one thing and then, like, kill another thing. Kill a lot of things. And stuff. Yep, you got your planes. What I really need to do is draw into some good threats, though, like Siege Rhinos. Siege Rhinos are probably problematic for his deck. Cards like that. Anafenzas. Okay. Well, not Anafenza anymore. And actually, if he's doing nothing, I'm just going to attack him. I have a threat, he does not. This benefits me. Could have a Celestial Flare. If he does, whatever. I mean, I'll just play out the Liliana, I guess. And nope, nothing? Okay. I don't need to play lands now. No, you will discard many lands. This is the thing with tax. Like, to assemble the true tax lock, or it's not a lock, but I mean, it's like, it's hard to lose when you have it. You need to have a 1-drop. You really want to have a 1-drop. Alright, come on, Moto. Oh, Moto's frozen, folks. We're going to give it a second, and then I'll restart. Alright, there it goes. Normally when it starts doing that, it's about time to restart it. Okie doke. Well, I think what I'm going to do here is just play a tapped land and then play a Liliana out. No need to waste... Yes, I would. There's no need to waste the fetch land, which has much more value with a Lotus Cobra right now. And I'll pitch the City of Brass, I think. You can discard a card. City of Brass. Don't think I want to take excessive damage in this game. Caracas is such a great card. I love Caracas. Card is stellar. I don't make them like that anymore. Such a cool land. You used to actually, the original card text says any legend. Alright, we're going to see what here. Oh, an exile? Nah, okay. That's dead. That's fine. Still have land in hand. I'm not worried about it. And, okay, well, 4th land, cool. A threat? Yeah, Banishing Light. Well, I can get that with my Golgari Charm. It's cool. Oh, cool. I have a lot of removal, so I don't think I need to save the Golgari Charm for the -1/-1 ability. And he's also shown us that his draw is not very aggressive this game. We'll get the Savannah. Destroy this enchantment. Play this thing out. And let's discard cards. I think we shall discard this one. No, Crackdown's actually pretty good against this deck. Although we can remove it. This deck can remove pretty much any permanent, including Planeswalkers, because of its color scheme. We have a Maelstrom Pulse. What do we have here? Oh, a big creature. That's cool. Well, let's see if he wants to gain the life. Actually, very interesting. Here's what we're going to do. It's dead. Although I tapped terrifically, I probably wanted to attack with my 2/2. Yeah, I could have attacked with my 2/3 life linker. You screw up sometimes. Oh, what Kitchen thinks. Well, it's a good card against Liliana. How good does it fare against this card? I would not say great. I'm going to keep the Treetop Village. It's a man land. It's a creature, essentially. I'm also not going to give him tax value, though. I will 100% block with my Silly Thragtusk. I mean, I guess it depends if he plays creatures out, main one, or not. But I do have the ability to block. That's a weird card for... Is this like a more mid-range white deck? Yeah, it is, obviously. Okay. Well, a sword. That's not good. Okay. I guess maybe we've been playing this wrong. Maybe we should have been more aggressive with it. I'll block that. Doesn't have protection from Thragtusk. Well, that was a solid pickup. I'm going to do this for now because I want to keep this in hand. I can't leave that up, can I? Not possible, so I might as well attack with the additional 1/1. Alright, black, this, and you. Well, if he has a haste, a white creature, which I don't think he's likely to have, then he can get us. But we do have the Abrupt Decay for that annoying sword. You have another threat? Looks like it. Okay. Well, can't attack in there. Could have blocked, but we'll let him equip up that sword, blow the sword up in response to his attack. He can kill the Liliana, and then we'll bang in there for a whole slew of damage, I think. And regardless, he could have just recursed it. That's a solid draw on his part. He could be really greedy and try to attack us. That'd be cool, because then he could try to use the 2 damage off the sword. I think we may see him do that. Yeah, we're going to see him do that. Okay. No sword. No thank you on the sword. So greedy. I love it. Okay, Core Haven. We'll get in there. He can stop some of the damage if he'd like. And actually here I probably am just going to Lily him. Alright, you can prevent the damage. That's cool. Go ahead and pounce it back to your hand and replay it next turn. We're going to hope to set up a fatal push turn where we also fog this thing out. I'm going to need a fetch land or something like that, though, and I can like just keep on fogging him and getting damage in there. Hopefully outrace him. We'll see. Or we could just hit a Wasteland would be the best draw. Wasteland the Caracas and then blow up his silly angel. Oh, this card. That's fine with me. I think he actually wanted to play the 3/4 there. Oh, really? Well, I don't have enough to do all of the things, but I do have enough to do most of the things. Take 6. And he wants to draw. Okay. Well, he would have drawn anyways. I'm not going to blow up my board here. If he has a threat that we can... I think it's just going to be this silly thing again. Yep, Linvala. Okay. Well, when you draw him like this, and the reason I say that is because I get to fog him right now, I can force him to take his Linvala back into hand. I'll get a Scrubland here. Pop Scrubland on cast only target creature with 4 CMC, with CMC 4 or less. Alright, that dies. Well, it gets bounced back to his hand, which is as good as dying for my purposes. Yep. So you fizzle my spell. And I am going to fire up the treetop and attack in for what's very close to lethal. What is lethal? And that is why I do not care for Coercive Portal. It is a complete investment card, and it eschews the ability to actively shape and impact the board. Okay. Well, in this matchup, I want these 2 swords because he can't do anything about them really. Do I want to castigate? Not really. I think the deck's fine. We're gonna run it as is. This is obviously a bigger version of the white deck. And I think protection should be a pretty good effect. I think this deck will do decently well against the white deck most of the time. I mean, it's obviously a little draw dependent, but we have the ability to interact on a lot of different levels with this deck. Abzan tends to. Abzan and Sultai can interact with most permanents that can be played in the game of Magic. That's why I tend to like them. I mean, it's just there's a lot of player preference and choice throughout the games. I think both decks are fairly strong decks. Yeah, and ML will still argue with me on the value of cards like Glorious Anthem, Honor of the Pure, and Coercive Portal. And some folks would say Coercive Portal is good in any deck. I disagree with them. I think it is oftentimes only good in decks that do not have colored means of acquiring card advantage. Or the cards that can do that and those colors are not viable in their archetype. For instance, like Shops. Like, Shops is not of a color, right? So Shops has played that card and really more so like Staff of Win or Staff of Nin historically. Oh, you know what? We should have Deathmark in here. Yeah, what do we want to cut? Tusk? No. Seems bad. Bitter Blossom? I want to cut. Probably that. That's slow, and it's not the most efficient for it. I like Thrun better than that card. Though it does race, but Thrun like gets around like removal, like O-rings and like, you know, Path to Exiles and Declarations in Stone and stuff like that. Just a 4-drop I can count on. I'm gonna keep this. It's not stellar, but it's got all of its mana. It has early interaction. All right, tapped land, go. Boots, cool, go. Go. I may be dismembering this turn. If it's a kitchen finks, I'm not going to like that. But I'll still probably do it. And the reason I really hate that is because, Basilisk Collar? Okay. Are you out of lands? Oh, no. Well, this means I think there's a high likelihood that my Anafenza is going to get blown up in place. There's a very good chance she's going to die. And I hope he doesn't play a creature and equip up the boots, because unless it's a 1/1 creature, because then I'm going to have a difficult. He probably has a Path to Exile or something. Like I said, I think you don't keep his hand unless you have some sort of interaction. No, he does not have an interaction there. Okay. I feel like he's got a Finks in hand. Which if he does, like, that means I don't know. Yeah, if he plays Finks here, it's going to be pretty bad. Pretty bad. Because of the boots. But, like, those are two cards that on their own do, like, jack. Okay, an aerial responder. Alright, we can Greaves that up and attack me if you'd like. Cool. Okay. Well, that is what they would call in the business a solid draw. Get rid of that thing. And then go to the exile zone. Now I feel a lot more comfortable. I have my removal up so that in response to the boots equip, I can kill whatever he plays. It's going to be a Finks. Feeling a Finks. Oh, this thing. Well, that's annoying because I have to get a Plains here, don't I? You know what? Let's just get a Plains. And let's just Dramoka's command this thing. We'll fight. We shall fight. Alright. We're going to put it into high gear here. The reason I played out the 2 damage land for all the damage is because I want to leave up the Dismember to combat whatever creature he plays, but I also want to start beating his face in. So I want to be able to kill him next turn, but I also don't want to just randomly die to some like 4-drop or like a Brimaz or some other nonsense card. Oh, this thing. Okay, well, I can't do anything about that. That gets me. Do you have a threat? No. We'll play this out at this point. Just keep on beating on him. Again, fine. Like I said, that card does not scare me. He's at 1 life, and I have 2 attackers next turn. So he needs to be able to play a threat that does not die to Golgari Charm, Dismember, Homage. Can't really kill any of my stuff. I'm just killing him with lands at this point. What have you got? Okay, a beloved chaplain. Cool. You need to equip the Basilisk Collar first. Okay. Well, I want to see him tie up his mana. If he wants to attack, I'll just Golgari Charm him out. And that is, they call it, should be the game. Okay. Cool. Well, we managed to get him, and I'm going to go on a quick pause, guys. Alright, guys, we're at it again. We're on Death and Taxes this time. This hand is keep. Oh, I actually like it. Alright, we'll keep it. I like it because of Weather Wayfarer. Hopefully he's not an uber fast deck, but it looks like he's mulling down on the play, which is favorable for us, obviously. The big question is going to be, do I play Mother of Runes or Weather Wayfarer first turn? I think I play out, in the dark, I think I play out Weather Wayfarer turn 1 on the draw. That is, depending on what he plays his first turn. If he plays, like, a black card or something, if I know he's going to have removal, like, you know, maybe then I play out the Mother first just to force him to have it and then cast out the Weather Wayfarer, because I think it's a little more important. Okay, well, no. I think what we're going to do is this... because we're just trying to build up to our 4-drops. Hero Bladehold and Elspeth and Knight Errant are the cards we want to ride to victory. And next turn, if we get to activate this thing, we'll get to either find a Wasteland and keep him off mana. Depends on what he does. If he does nothing, nothing. Okay. Well, I'm cool with nothing. I'm just going to keep on playing out 1-drops. And I'll attack you. Good sir. This is the kind of the trick I was telling you about with land tax. Weather Wayfarer is very similar to that in land tax. If you have the 1-drops, you don't need to break it, the parity. And right here, I'll attack with both even. I think he's on mono green. I mean, he's got to play into it. Like, I will eventually kill him this way, attacking with 2 damage every turn. I know I often say never play with Mother of Runes. All right, well, there's his card. Cool. He obviously did not want us to Wasteland him. Let's draw for the turn. And, you know what? We're not even going to use it. We're just going to attack him. Next turn we are likely to Wasteland if he doesn't commit to the board. Because 4 damage is enough. That's enough for me. I'm not a greedy man. Do you have like a crop rotation or something? If you do, should be F6 right now. I guess he could fire up his Treetop Village and do us a huge favor. I don't think he will see that, though. At some point, it's going to be crucial for us. All right, if he does nothing, I'm pretty happy with that. Because I don't really need to do anything either. I'll sit on 7 cards all day. A Wasteland, good sir. This is enough. This is certainly enough to pressure him. Another consideration, because we're not using our last mana, would have been to get Rishadenport, so that we can actually commit a land to the board. Yeah, well, he's got 3 now. Do you have anything applicable to this board state? You have a Kitchen Finks or something? It'd be cool. Oh, Green Sun Zenith, a 4/2. Cool. Can't stop that. Stonecloaker is unfortunately not Containment Priest, and even if it was, I don't have the mana to stop it. So my guess would be we're going to see, like, Sakura Tribelder, possibly? Maybe. No, Wall of Roots. Cool. We'll attack him with these 2. We'll probably Stonecloaker at his end step. Or if we find out he's like a surprise mono green reanimator deck. Not likely. But yeah, we'll Stonecloaker the Weathered Wayfarer back to hand. We have plenty of land. You know, we could disrupt his last non-basic. What does he got going on? He's got like something big in his hand, I guess. Okay, I was going to say, you have to play something here, dude. There's no way on 5 lands you don't have enough for something. Yeah, Ravenous Baloth. Cool. Good card. It's a 5/5. I'm down. A Stonecloaker. We'll exile this thing, and we'll return more than likely our Wayfarer. I don't need more land out of my deck. What I do need is pressure. I don't want him to know about the tower yet. I think what I'm going to do is play this thing out, and then we'll set up a win next turn. We'll get him for 3. Do you have like the Primeval Titan? I think I still have lethal on board, unless he can like kill all my stuff. Oh, a Thrun? Yeah, it's fine. That's mono fair. It's a strong card, but like it's not going to do anything against our flyers. Yep, cool. It's a 5/5. It can attack me. I will definitely block it, and just give it pro white or pro green rather. Pro white would mean it would die. Okay. Well, let's play this land out. See what we get. Oh, an Armageddon. Cool. And play her out. And what we should be able to do, you can gain 4 with this, up to 13. So I do 3, 6. That is 9 in and of itself, plus 4. Can't quite do it this turn. So, doesn't matter what order I do this in. Because the 2 1/1s are just going to get blocked. But, actually, you know what? Correction to last. I could have actually won this turn. I'm being silly. I could have attacked with the Spirit and protected it. I forgot about the +1 off of the Battle Cry. Yeah, you can block those 2 things and then take 13 damage. Which, I'm sorry, 10. 10 damage. And sacrifice your Ravenous Baloth. 4 damage goes on the stack, so one of those 1/1s will stay left behind. You only have 1 threat, which I can block with my Selfless Spirit. But I should have just killed him because, yeah, I had lethal. It's alright, though. I can't think of many ways he gets out of this with me having a 3-power flyer plus a Hero of Bladehold plus an Elsbeth plus a Mother of Runes. Like, I have protection from anything I have flying. I have evasion, protection, and I have a Ravages of War underneath. I can't think of what's going wrong here. I really can't. That's why I love this deck. It just attacks from so many angles. I mean, at the end of the day, yeah, it just attacks life total, but it disrupts a lot of different resources on a lot of different levels. And renders certain cards, like throwing the Last Troll moot, because I mean, it can't do anything, it can attack, but I'll just block it and protect and then attack over the top next turn. Okay. So, against a green, I think this is good. Otherwise, meh. I think this is good. What don't I like? I like the flyers a lot. Do I have any more flyers on my board? Hushwing Griff? Yeah. You can get in there. I think I'll cut this little stupid ground pounder. Doesn't seem good enough to me. One more card. No, Porcelain Legionnaire with equipment seems good. Need the removal. 8.5 seems good. Maybe it's Aven Mines. No, Aven Mines are still good too. I think I'm going to try cutting this. Even though it is technically a 2-drop. Just want a little bigger. That's what you want to do against green, is just go a little more mid-rangey, but have the same disruptive effects. The Parallax Wave, if we ever manage to land that thing and he doesn't have like a Thrun the Last Troll on the board, should be pretty good because it allows us to get through for a lot of damage. It's essentially a much more expensive version of... but it is slightly better because it gets artifact creatures. Much more expensive version of Brave the Elements. Both cards are looking to do the same thing for us. Just give us one big attack to close the game out against decks that have bigger and better creatures than us. Okay, well, good game, ML. Let's see how we do this one. We'll be on the draw again. We'll get a land tax. No tax, but this is a solid hand. We'll keep it. Hopefully it doesn't have an extremely fast start, like turn 1 mana elf. Alright, well, looks like we're going to have a fast start. Cool. Well, gotta say go. Him having a fast start is definitely not as good, but the Parallax Wave should allow us to do some damage from behind. As well as the Thalia. I mean, that's interesting because the Thalia will allow us to, even when the Parallax Wave dies, they're all coming back into play tapped, which means that we have another free turn of attacking. That's pretty cool. Alright, we have something else coming out now. Kitchen Finks or something? Oh, an Undergrowth Champion. Okay. Well, I think I'm going to play this out. Because it means Undergrowth Champion can't attack. Well, I suppose it can. But it also makes him probably want to block a bit more. Unless he can play another threat. And then we'll land Thalia the next turn. We're shooting some value off the Anafenza here. Because I kind of want to start growing my board horizontally. I want to get Thalia down next turn. And then if I manage to get to 4 and he hasn't put enough pressure on me, I'll put down both of my threats. Alright, that's not bad to see. Okay, well, he's got a +1/+1 counter, but I can deal with that thing quite effectively. And he's only got 3 more mana, so he does 4 damage to me. I'm fine with that. Do you have another play? If you do, good for you. If you do not, probably not as good for you. Probably needs to put another blocker on the board. You generally don't want to let this thing get out of control. Feels like a Green Sun Zenith. Yep, for 2. Okay. Well, he is definitely horizontally growing pretty quickly. Well, that blocks very well. Alright, Thalia, go. Can't attack. I do think Parallax Wave is going to be a champion here. Okay. The question is going to be, what do we actually wave? Because he may very well have 5 things on the board. I really would love to have... well, that's fine. Kind of hoping he has no more plays here. It appears he does. Hopefully it's not a Planeswalker like a Garruk Relentless that just like eats one of our things. Although, if it is, we can kill it. Well, that's bad. Probably a Primeval Titan, my guess would be. That's very good. What does he get? Okay, Primeval Titan, probably, yeah, probably just getting the Dark Depths combo. Which is pretty abysmal. That's a pretty crappy way to lose. But it looks like he did not. So... Let's see what we can do here. See if we can get him. Be nice to see if Parallax Wave can do some work. Now, I mean, the best draw in the deck is a Containment Breeze because we can just like blow him out utterly with that. And just say, hey, nothing's coming back, man. Nothing ever. We've got 3 upkeeps with Parallax Wave right now. We may be getting something else here. I think Smuggler's Copter needs to be a pretty early priority because that can attack post. This is going to come into play tap, whatever it is. Hopefully it's not like a Thragtusk or something that like just heals him. Yeah, that heals him. Comes to play tapped, cool. And he can regenerate his thing. He does not want to. Could actually attack there if he wanted to. Probably better than blocking. Alright, we'll move a Fade counter. Well, there is a Mux Diamond. And regenerate itself, okay. What other plays do you have, good sir? A Thragtusk. Something else annoying. Oh, a Worm, a Coil Engine. Okay, comes into play tapped. Yeah, that gets in there. Well, let's see what he can do here. I can bounce my Anafenza after blocking the Worm Coil Engine, and the Obstinate Baloth will get blocked by the Soldier token that I generated off of the Precinct Captain. So do you have something to do here, is kind of the question. Okay, well that makes things bigger, but it doesn't really change anything that's going on here. He could put... No, it doesn't change it, so that's fine. I'm just going to bounce my Anafenza and win the game on the next turn. So I think he's banking on this life gain that is not going to happen. Yeah, it's cool. Yeah. All right. Go ahead. Caracas is a two-way street, and it's actually very good at blanking a Worm Coil out here. All right. Yeah. Uh-huh. Anafenza is a legend. And this thing does not have trample, as I recall. Alright, got him. Got him. The old Anafenza Caracas blocking Worm Coil trick. Alright, we're going to go to pause.